Hi, my name's Caleb. I'm our Community Cat Coordinator here at the Animal Rescue League of Berks County, and today we're going to be talking about our working cat program and what the benefits of adopting them onto your property might be. There's a lot of stress in the shelter, and being up here in our barn, it's a lot quieter, there's a lot less stress, and the cats act very differently. A lot of times they do calm down, they come out of their shell, but they tend to regress if we were to try to place them back into the shelter, which gives us that kind of key element that they are meant to be in a more relaxed environment with more stimulation. We have this program where we get to take cats that might be overstimulation cases and just need some work and some more time to really be able to flesh out in an environment where they have that stimulation. So giving them the time they need to really get settled in is not something that we'd have the space for all these cats in general, but having the barn really allows us to give these cats a second chance and a good chance at adoption and placement. These are the stalls that we have the cats housed in as they're waiting for placement, or if they're just in a spot where they're getting used to being up here. Each stall currently houses about 10 cats. They're fully enclosed stalls from the top all the way down to the bottom. They are temperature controlled down to about 40 degrees during the winter and between 85 to 90 during the summer. There's also open air catios for the cats so that they can fully experience the elements and are more suited for placement, and they tend to adjust a little bit quicker as well as placement is happening in their new homes. As you can see, there are the cages here that are set up. This is where the cats first come in to get settled in and get used to the new environment. That way they're not just running around the stalls very scared. This is usually what we set them up in when we do placements as well. When we're going to place them on a new property, whether it's in someone's barn or their garage or any structure on the property as a whole, we will set them up in these large dog crates, usually for the first week or so. I will do check-ins with the adopter to see how the animal's doing, how are they adjusting, and are they ready to be released out onto the property and get to actually start doing some work. So one of the main benefits of having working cats is green pest control. Cats in general are natural predators, so you're going to have just the presence of a cat, period, is going to be deterring mice as well as general rodents. But they're also a great way to be able to have a cat if you are allergic, or if you're in an area where you couldn't have a cat in for whatever reason inside of the home. We kind of have you covered on that front. When we do get the cats set up, a lot of people ask, what does ongoing care look like for these animals? And also, what happens when the animals run off? At the end of the day, we do understand that they are outdoor cats. If they decide they don't want to stick around, if they're spooked with the drastic change on the property, any of these things can happen, and they may or may not come back. And that is the unfortunate reality, and at the same time, it's better than the alternative for a lot of these cats who are living here indefinitely. But generally, as long as you're committed to continuing to feed them, provide water, shelter, and everything like that, these cats will keep coming around for a pretty good chunk of time, usually with no issues. And especially with some of the friendlier ones, as they do start to get settled in, you develop a bit of that deeper bond that is not just the food dependency, it is also an attention dependency as well. So if you're interested in learning more about our working cat program and how to get the process started, we have a whole dedicated page on our website under our adoption tab under working cat. You'll find the application there, as well as a little synopsis going over what the general program looks like. And if you ever have any questions about the program or anything like that, you can feel free to give us a call here at 610-373-8830, and my extension is 130.